funny thing about Zappos is their application, because it's got some wacky little questions on there. When I first filled it out, I was like, is this a real place to work at? Because the questions were goofy, like, if you was a superhero, what kind of power would you have, or something like that. But I remember the application because my interview when I came in, I forget what her name was, but she was giving me my interview, and she's like, I looked at your application and there was one question on there. It said, if you could go to dinner with anyone, celebrity or whoever, who would it be? And I said SpongeBob because I love SpongeBob and my boyfriend hates SpongeBob, and I want them to get to know each other and, you know, talk and get things situated so we can all be happy. And she thought that was hilarious, and that's probably one reason why I got hired on the Zappos, because of SpongeBob.
Since it's your birthday, I figured I'd tell you a story about mine. Last year, on my birthday, they were giving me the whole happy birthday spiel, and everybody was kind of giggly, and I didn't know what was going on. So I turned around, and my best friend sang me happy birthday in front of the whole department, and I was totally embarrassed, but it was a good time. So, happy birthday.
My first Thanksgiving here, I have no family here, so Laura Slaughter, the manager of the photo department, said, well, let's do a Thanksgiving celebration, which is actually now an annual thing. So we decided to cook a turkey in the sink of, let me start back. We decided to wash and take out the innards and all that other stuff, prepare a turkey, in the sink of the old photo studio in Warehouse 1. That was fun. And we actually made food and cooked the turkey as well in the studio. It was a good time. So
we had a Hawaiian theme day, and it was a really big buzz going around about it. Everybody was excited, and they said that we were going to have roast pig. The problem was, when we walked into the break room, I'm expecting like a big, huge old pig, head, legs cut off, so it's, you know, it looks like a Thanksgiving ham, yeah, you know, wrapped up in the plastic. But instead, we walked in, and there's like these, I don't know how old they were. They were like 6-month-old dead roasted baby pigs. And everybody freaked out, like nobody would eat them because everybody's like, oh my god, there's little baby pigs. So yeah, I didn't eat lunch that day. It was depressing.
See, I did night shift, and so when I came in, Todd Howard is standing there cutting into the pig and just picking it off and eating it. And he's the only one that's touched it. But yeah, you're right, it's like a perfect dead baby pig. Right
literally,
there.
They were like this big little dead baby pig.
I couldn't bring myself to eat it either, so.
Thing that I liked that we done was when we had orientation, we got to do a scavenger hunt for shoes. So we got to run through the building and look. We were in groups, and I was with 2 young guys, and I was fatter then than I am now. People remember me, and so I was trying to follow these 2 guys through Zappos in W1, and we were looking for the shoes, and it was all I could do to keep up with them. But I thought that was really fun, and I wish they could bring that back for orientation, and maybe they will someday.
The bomb threat of 2006. We were working, it was about 98 degrees in the warehouse, and we were told all of a sudden to leave the building. Do not stop to get anything, get out. And once we were outside and they walked us all the way down past GFS, we were told that a bomb threat had been made to the company, and we had to wait outside because Shepherdsville doesn't have a bomb squad or a bomb sniffing dog. They had to go to Louisville Metro and get them down here. We sat outside for 3.5 to 4 hours, and Pat Warren and Tammy Logston didn't like their people being outside, so all of a sudden here comes ice cream. And they made sure we had the ice cream, the drinks, and made sure we were all accounted for. It was not a good day for me. I left my cigarettes in my car and they wouldn't let me go back and get them. But
we had a good time that day. I mean, we took something bad and made it good.
So we were just starting to get into this new section, and probably, what was it? I think it was in December was when sprinkler systems went off one day. I come into work and I find out it was after a big, huge rainstorm that the sprinklers go off, and it was the 3rd story up, I think, and they had just started to put inventory in over here, and it ended up soaking 3 floors worth of product, and it was one of our largest losses for the Kentucky Fulfillment Center. So it sucked, but you know, we survived. Yay!
Andrea and I have the most infamous dodgeball experience story to tell. So Andrea, do you want to start it?
It was a normal day at dodgeball. I was the last one standing in my group, and Chris was the last one standing in his group.
I was the last man standing in my group. Andrea had thrown a couple balls that missed me because of my excellent dodging skills, and then I'd thrown one. These are the gator skin. They are approved for 14-year-olds. They're very soft. You can get hit in the face with them. And so I threw a ball. It missed. Andrea bends down to grab one, and then straight out of Meet the Parents, I jump up on the line, and she's about 3 feet away from me, and I throw the ball as hard as I possibly can, and I bust her right in the face.
My glasses went one way, lens went another way, and that was the end of dodgeball for that day.
I pretty much have never felt that bad ever in my life.
Since he punked a girl.
Since I busted Andrew Ware's glasses.
Alright, so we had 5 floors on one part of the old warehouse one. And at the time I was in the picking department. And the big deal was trying to stay hydrated. We had no sense of air conditioning. Literally every day we had people passing out. Every day. Emphasis every day. So let's just say that I committed myself to being, safe, what is it? CPR and first aid certified. Woohoo!
It was the first big event, I believe, that occurred after I started, and that was the Employee Appreciation Day that happened. We go out to the back parking lot in W1, and it was just wild. Yeah, people running around shooting each other with water guns and water balloons, and they come up with these games called the flip-flop toss and the shoelace race, and that's when you really start. When you see that, that's when you really start believing what Zappos is about, and how we take care of our people. So that's probably my greatest memory of W1.
I started here in September, and I left a 15-year job to come here. I heard all these stories about Zappos. Everything I heard was true. I'm here now. I absolutely love this job. Everything everybody told me. This was an employee place. They cared about their employees. Everything I heard was true. I absolutely love this job, and I hope I can stay here another 15 years.
Okay, so we just wanted to tell you about a Zappos Employee Appreciation Day one time back in 2006. It was over in W1, and it was excruciatingly hot that day.
Very extremely hot that day. And we had activities, and one of the activities was a water balloon toss.
Yeah.
That's how it started.
That fateful water balloon. We were standing in 2 lines facing each other, just normally tossing water balloons back and forth. And they started busting, and of course it felt really, really good. Then one thing led to another.
And we started literally throwing them at people.
Yeah. Just picking them up and launching them.
Then we started dumping water bottles on people.
Yeah. I don't even want to say how many water bottles we went through that day. I'm not sure who decided to go into the warehouse and get a water bottle out of the water cooler first, but eventually there was hundreds and hundreds of water bottles. And I think the highlight of my day that day was when I actually dumped a water bottle over the head of Craig Ekins, our vice president of the company.
Yes, and after everybody got done with the water bottles, we went to just water coolers.
Yeah. We emptied all the machines out, so there was none left. Water coolers full of ice over everyone's heads, managers, employees alike.
It was a no-holds bar.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Everybody was fair game.
Okay, this is the legendary Boom Boom Room. The names have been changed to protect the guilty, but again, I did not experience this personally. It's all word of mouth, passed down from generation to generation. There were people that used to work at Zappos that were caught making whoopee in the Boom Boom Room, so that's how it's got its name. I'll show you how it was very secretive. When we came in, the door is located over here on the side, so you have to come around here, make sure nobody's looking, and it's locked right now, but that's how you got in. No windows, of course, so you had a little bit of privacy. And as you can see here, people left their mark on the Boom Boom Room. So they did have to put the padlock on this. I remember that when I was shown the boom boom room, because it had already earned its nickname and was no longer accessible. They didn't want that going on here at work.